Word on them there streets is that Lane Kiffin just extended his contract at Ole Miss. I cannot confirm nor deny that. Like I said, just word on the street. Somebody post the ACC standings so you can laugh. Say no more, fam. Hold on. I'll find them here. Here you go, buddy. Laugh away. Here you go. First place, Georgia Tech, 6-1. 9-1 overall. Second place, Virginia, 6-1 in the ACC, 9-2 overall. Third place, Pittsburgh, 5-1, 7-3 overall. Fourth place, SMU, 5-1, 7-3 overall. So they're tied for third place, actually, with Pitt. Now, if you really want to laugh, look at this one. The highest-ranked ACC team is in fourth place. Miami, 4-2, 8-2 overall. Only 2 losses coming in the ACC. But don't ask Alabama fans about that. Alabama fans seem to have forgot that they lost to Florida State. It's weird. But anyway, both of Miami's losses are in the ACC, obviously. Duke, 4-2, 5-5 overall. Louisville, 4-3, 7-3 overall. Wake Forest, 4-3, 7-3 overall. Clemson Taters. I don't know why. The Taters are 4-4 in the ACC and 5-5 overall. Look, the Taters are on. They're on the right. They were down here a few weeks ago. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Anyway, then Cal, then Virginia Tech, then NC State, who's dog shit. Well, everybody below. Hold on, let me go back up here. Everybody below Miami is dog shit. So let's count them. Watch how I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Florida State would be 10. 10, 11, 12. 12 dog shit teams. That's what you've got. 12 dog shit teams in the ACC. So, whoever wanted to see that and laugh, there you go. I'm glad I could make you laugh today. I didn't even have to do anything. All I had to do was pull up the ACC standings to make you laugh. I didn't have to put any work in. Pretty easy. Are you trying to say that Sir UGA is a liar? Jarrett wants to know, Pete, do you think Tech will lose to Pitt? Well, that's kind of the point of this show, is that we talk about that. So, if you stick around, you'll hear my opinion on that. The CFP rankings don't come out tonight until after this. Who's playing? Kentucky and who is this? Kentucky and Michigan State game is on ESPN. When this game is over, the rankings will come out. It's scheduled for 8:30, but I'm not sure if it's going to come on at 8:30. Obviously, it's when this game finishes. But on a different note, our boy Sea-Dog, yes, the co-host of this show, will not be joining us tonight because he's in the hospital. That's right, you heard me. He's in the hospital. Now, he didn't break his leg or even strain his vagina, so he's okay. But he did have a new baby boy. Well, I say he had it. His wife had it. But, you know, it's 2025. We have to say we now. So they had a healthy baby boy Sea-Dog, I believe on Sunday. So, needless to say, he's got more important things to tend to than being on this shit show. You know what I mean? So, anyway, congratulations, Sea-Dog and Mrs. Sea-Dog and baby Sea-Dog. So, as of right now, at least for the first part of the show, I'm going to be rolling solo, I guess. It does appear that we might see an appearance from Rec Talk. Once he gets home and gets situated, he might come on. I don't know exactly what time. But for right now, you've got me. I know, that sounds painful, doesn't it? You've got me. Hey, imagine how Mrs. Peete feels. She's got me, just me every day. Y'all get off easy. You only get me a few hours a week, but with just me. Obviously, Pitt is looking ahead to Miami and sleeping on Georgia Tech. Do I need... Robert wants to know, do I know anything about the Clemson Life program? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you want to know. I mean, I know what it is, yeah. Are you trying to get into that? Yeah, Paul, I think Paul graduated from the Clemson Life. I think he was the first graduate, actually, in 1985 or something. You might get into the program. No, well, I hope you do. Congratulations. Well, I don't know if I'm congratulating. Well, if you do get in, congratulations. I got good news for you also, Robert. Dabo Swinney cares more about the Clemson Life program than he cares about the Clemson football program. Yeah. Uh-oh. Hold on now. So you're saying that Georgia has is it the Georgia Life program? Megan wants to know, can somebody tell me where there's any news about Kiffin signing an extension? I heard it from a very reliable source called Sir UGA, which means it probably didn't happen. I can't find it anywhere. It's called Destination Dogs. Okay. see here. Let's turn this down a wee bit, shall we? All right, let's take a look at this. Anyway, welcome to the ACC show, everybody. I'm your host, Pigskin Pete. Like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, I will not be joined tonight by my friend, colleague, and co-host of the ACC show. Our boy Sea-Dog is in the hospital with his wife and his new baby. So, that's understandable. I'll give him a pass on this one. Hopefully, he'll be home and able to do the show with us next week. But as for tonight, you're going to get me and maybe Rec Talk a little bit later in the show. I had originally planned to try to fill about a good 30 minutes of the beginning of the show with the new CFP rankings, but they don't come out till after this Michigan State and Kentucky game are over. So we'll just jump right into it here. Unfortunately, it is week 13, and when I say unfortunately, I don't mean, well, I mean it in a couple ways. First of all, I mean we're nearing the end of the regular season, which is a bummer. Somehow we all became fans of the shortest season, regular season in all of sports, college football. So that kind of sucks, right? Season's winding down to an end. It feels like it just started. But also, week 13 around the country, especially in the ACC and the SEC in particular, is cupcake week. All right, so you got the in-state rivalry games or the rivalry games and the last week of the season, and usually they schedule some sort of shit team the week before that, and so we're going to see that this week. So half of the games are just unwatchable, honestly. In the ACC and the SEC. It just is what it is. Now, we do have some good ones, so it's not a total dud, particularly in the ACC. I mean, I guess the SEC too, but this is the ACC show. I mean, there's teams that are we've got at least 4 teams that are still in the hunt mathematically to make it to Charlotte to play for the ACC championship game. And so that's promising, I guess. And any one of those teams losing this week would pretty much knock them out. We'll start with last week's matchups. None other to start the week 12 out last week than Clemson at Louisville, a Friday night special for your boy. And holy shit, Clemson goes out and wins a 1-point win over Louisville, 20-19. And I don't know how many of you guys watched this game, but it was a disaster, an absolute disaster. Clemson got lucky to go out of there with a win. Louisville misses 2 field goals and an extra point. I mean, even if they miss 2 field goals, but don't miss the extra point, it's a tie game and goes into overtime, and who knows what happens, but they did. And the 2 quarterbacks in this game are absolute garbage. Cade Klubnik, I think he had like 185 yards passing and 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The 2 quarterbacks in this game, Miller Moss for Louisville and Cade Klubnik for Clemson, are indistinguishable when you watch them. If you threw a Louisville jersey on Cade Klubnik, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, and vice versa. Just terrible quarterback play, terrible play calling by both teams. I mean, these 2 teams to me look like mirror images of themselves, and the score and the game that you watch reflected that. Honestly. But anyway, Clemson comes out with the win, very luckily. There. Congratulations, Taters. You're on a 2-game winning streak now. Okay, I got you, Rec Talk. Yes. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How are you, sir?
I'm amazing and fantastic. Thank you for asking. Also, thank you for showing up to fill in for Sea-Dog.
I thought I'd be late, just in his honor tonight.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from Sea Dogs fill-in other than to be late.
I did race over here, though. I said, hey, there's important shit going on. We'll have to talk about this later.
Exactly. Yes. So I just started going through the games here. So I don't know if we're listening in the car or whatever, but
Yes.
I planned on the first 20 or 30 minutes of the show being me talking about the new rankings that were coming out, but that's not coming on till like 8:30 or something. So I had to go ahead and just start talking about these games by myself. And I talked about the Clemson and Louisville game a little bit. Do you have anything to add to that? I mean, did I pretty much cover all of it?
You did. I mean, I do the late night streams now, and a lot of those we've dubbed cripple fights, like when we watch UNC Cal. And I hate to say it, Clemson at Louisville was kind of a cripple fight just from the quality of football. It's bizarre to see those two teams play like they did.
It was bad. It was bad football.
The ACC is not doing themselves any favors in not looking like hot shit this year.
No, they're not. And I mean, we like to come on here and like beat our chest and support the ACC. But and by the way, and I've said this 100 times, but for anybody who's new here that's listening, it's not because we're ACC homers. We're not. I'm not anyway. I don't think you are either. We only really care about our teams. But the constant chest beating by SEC and Big Ten fans is the reason that we lash back. It's not really about the ACC. It's more about just laughing at them whenever, Florida State beats Alabama or, something like that.
Yeah, it's like an answer to that. I mean, I'm the opposite of an ACC homer. I hate most of the teams in the ACC.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, I mean, and obviously I am a Clemson homer. I don't even try to hide it. But this is a bad football team, man. And, after the game, Dabo's on the field, doing one of his sermons that he does about how this team ain't got no quit in them. We're a bunch of winners and this and that. It's like, man, I mean, I get it. You're happy you won the game and all that, but this ain't really the time or place for all that.
No, it makes me miss Bobby Knight. If I were you, and I feel this way about Key and how shitty our defense is, I need to hear some Bobby Knight language till this gets fixed.
Yeah. There's a lot of similarities between Dabo Swinney, who's obviously won a lot. So, I mean, not from a win standpoint, but Shane Beamer is like Dabo Swinney light. It's, I don't know if you saw what he did today. He came in the press conference. So there was a rumor that went around that he got into a physical altercation at the meeting following South Carolina's embarrassing loss to Texas A&M over the weekend between him and the defensive coordinator. So he comes in there and to lighten the mood immediately, he's like, well, the reason I'm late to the press conference is because I was, fighting so-and-so. I think his name's Clayton White, the defensive coordinator for South Carolina. And then he goes on to say that this time next year, we'll be sitting at home watching the final rankings to see what seed in the playoffs we're going to be in. Shane Beamer said that.
They're 3-7.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure, I'm not the best at math, but yeah, okay. I understand it correctly.
It's just unbelievable.
He's the main difference in him is Dabo's not usually weird.
Well, sometimes he is.
If you say the religious stuff is weird and you take that tone, maybe. But most people are down with that. Most people are not down with the shit Shane Beamer does.
No, I mean, the fans are done with it. The fan base is done with him. It's not, it's not just Carolina Jackpot and some of the other South Carolina YouTubers that we see on YouTube all the time. I mean, I live in South Carolina, so I see a lot of South Carolina people. I hear what they're talking about, just like in real life, that don't even know who I am or, that I'm doing a YouTube on about college football. They can't stand this guy.
I wouldn't either. I mean, yeah, he's outperformed his projection the past few years, but then when you're losing, and he's no different than anyone else, when you're losing, all of this shit gets magnified.
Yeah.
All of your shortcomings. And
he doesn't do himself any favors with his antics on the field. Like the whole thing where he was pumping up the crowd going into, and then like, well, he's pumping up the student section. Well, I mean, there's 100,000 people in that stadium, and you're walking into the. Sorry, I got the hiccups.
It's not a home game, yeah.
He's walking into the tunnel, raising his arms in the air as if he's won the game. already. So,
and then got his ass kicked in the second half.
It doesn't help that he's got a head shaped like a triangle.
Well, I'll tell you
an upside down triangle.
He looks like someone who's never been there before.
Yeah.
Like he's out of place. Like he rose way above his station as far as his skill level as a coach, and he doesn't know how to act. This is how he comes off to me.
Yeah, and now unfortunately for him, if he were to get fired, his easiest landing spot would have been Virginia Tech, and now that's off the table.
Yeah, man, James Franklin going.
Yeah.
By the way, I heard you talking about Ole Miss, and I don't know your true feelings about this, but when you have to give your current coach an ultimatum, I think that's pretty bad for your program.
Yeah, so the rumor, well, I say a rumor. A rumor came from one person. We're in a group chat for the gambling people. Sir UGA said that he heard that Ole Miss signed an extension. Now, I don't know if that's true. It was literally 2 minutes before I hit go live on the show here, so I haven't been able to corroborate that or not. But I agree with you. If you're like, hey, either shit or get off the pot, in week 13. And by the way, Ole Miss is in the playoff hunt, and it's not like
they could win it all.
Yeah,
right.
They
will, but
yeah.
Well, it's like if you're married or in a relationship and you say, unless you do this, we're over. I'm going to just tell you your relationship with that person's over.
Yeah.
If you feel the need to do that. And that's kind of how I feel with Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No, you have to give ultimatums.
And as far as I know you heard the rumors about him visiting both Baton Rouge and Gainesville this week after
his family, I think, right?
Well,
I don't think he did.
I mean, why would they be going there? I mean, let's be real.
I don't know, man. There's people that camp out at these regional airports and tracking the flights and whatnot. He does need to make a decision, though. Like, it is a bad look to give an ultimatum, but also kind of fuck Lane. Make a decision. You are.
I don't. You know what? I don't really fault him for this. I mean, he's trying to make a decision. I mean, what?
I do.
The ball's in his court. I mean, I don't know why I don't know why and also the season's still going on. It's not like the season's over. So why should he come out? Why would he come out when he's in a playoff hunt and be like, yeah, I'm thinking about leaving? I mean, that would look way worse than what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right about that. It's just, it does put Ole Miss, and I'm not in the position to defend Ole Miss. It puts them in a hairy spot, but I think he'd be dumb to leave Ole Miss personally.
Yeah, I can see both. I can see both sides of it. I think if you can do what he's done at Ole Miss in the short amount of time that he's done it, you probably have a better chance of achieving the ultimate goal, which is to win a national title or multiple national titles at somewhere like LSU or Florida than you can at Ole Miss.
Well,
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
He's not going to LSU. That I'm fairly confident in.
Why is that? I mean, I don't disagree with you. I just want to know where your head's at.
Money. It's got to be about money and winning a national title.
Mm-hmm.
And LSU's going to fuck you out of it.
Yeah.
You can win a national title at LSU, they'll fire you. Or, and then when they do fire you, I know we've talked about it, they're going to retroactively hire you to fire you again.
Yeah. But we don't know. I mean, other than just the football team and the conference and the geographic location and all of these things that matter, and the money, obviously, is the relationships that you have with, the athletic director, the president, the people that run the program. And so I think that matters too. I mean,
well, maybe an athletic director. Maybe
Florida's willing to offer him more money because LSU is going to have to probably end up paying out Brian Kelly, and they're I don't want to say strapped for cash, but they're kind of in the hole there. But maybe he has a better relationship with the people at LSU than he does at Florida. I mean, I don't know. I'm speculating here. You know what I mean? So,
no, he might.
Plus, I think LSU's a better program. That's just me. a better
Yeah,
place.
it's a different relationship.
Yeah.
You got to know that you're dealing with psychotic people over there. If you can be okay with that, then yeah, you can probably do well.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what he finally does. I don't know if we're going to learn what he finally does until the season's over, though, because he's still in the playoff hunt. Now, if they went out and lost this week or week 13 or week 14 or whatever, and they somehow missed the playoffs, I think we'll hear something immediately after that. But as long as in the playoffs, I don't know. Imagine a team makes the playoffs and their coach announces they're leaving to go somewhere else. That would be weird. We've never seen that before, have we?
No, what if he makes a national title appearance?
Yeah,
Like loses and then leaves the school after that for Florida. That would be an awful look for Ole Miss.
Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad. All right, let's move on to some of these other games. We talked about Clemson and Louisville. Notre Dame at Pitt. This was a rout, to say the least.
It's bad, especially, and in fact, I had a call-in show last night, and a Pitt fan called in, and I asked him specifically, like, how do you feel about your coach saying he could give a shit less about winning this game and then getting his ass beat? He's like, well, I mean, I kind of know what he's saying, and I kind of agree with him. Probably could have said it better. I'm like, no, so you agree that losing a game is not a big deal? I don't know. This is an awful look for Pat Nardone.
Yeah, it was a weird thing because, I mean, losing the way that they lost, I understand if your number one priority is to first win the ACC, but really in today's world, your number one priority should be to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
that's over.
it's even if they won the ACC now, they might not get in. I mean, it depends on what happens with the group of five, but there's a scenario where the group of five could get in ahead of the ACC champion. So, but anyway, they got blown out. It didn't look good. I don't know whether this says more about Notre Dame or more about Pittsburgh or a combination of the both, but I mean, that game was over from the start. Did you watch that game?
I watched like the first half of it. Like I saw Hensel throw that pick six. I saw Jeremiah Love do just Jeremiah Love things.
Yeah, 75-yard touchdown or whatever it was. I mean, the game was over from the start. I watched this game because I bet on it, and unfortunately, I'm a complete idiot. And I thought Pittsburgh could cover the 10.5 or whatever it was that I bet on them on it. It was never in question. They just got slaughtered from the word go. So,
do you still have your music going?
yes.
Okay.
It shouldn't be very loud though.
Okay.
Yes. Moving on to NC State versus Miami, and can I say,
I know you're happy.
did you see the post-game press conference with Dave Doran after getting shellacked by Miami?
No, he got testy though, didn't he? I feel like I've heard something about it.
Oh yeah, he was big mad. So one of the reporters, I don't know, I don't follow NC State reporters, so if there's any NC State fans that still watch this show, they probably know who this guy is. But he starts off by saying, I understand that your birthday is on December 3rd or something like that. He goes, that's my wife's birthday, and boy, that made Dave Doran mad for some reason. Like he goes, your wife's birthday. We just got our ass kicked. I do this for a fucking living.
Okay, I did see this. This is coming back to me now. Yeah, and it was almost, it came off like fake outrage or something. Like, I need to show I'm mad.
No, actually, to me, it wasn't like Sleeta or
Wasn't that level.
with the fake mad face. I think he really was mad. But that was a really dumb thing to get mad at. And look, I've been saying this for years. Dave Doran is a complete douchebag asshole. He just is. And this proves it. The guy was trying to be nice. And then he brought up the birthday again after he blew up at the guy, then he answered the question. Then the guy said something about the birthday again, and you could just see the steam coming out of his ears.
He was getting trolled.
He was about to rage quit his own press conference.
That's why we could never be in press conferences, because I would just keep asking him about his birthday. That's all I would do.
I love when he was like, I do this shit for a living. Well, Okay.
Yeah, you don't do it for free though, buddy.
Yeah,
you
no.
make like $6-7 million a year.
Hey, I get paid $6 million a year to suck every year, man.
Yeah, and also screw him because that makes Tech look even worse than they already do now. You know, we couldn't stop NC State to save our lives. What'd they have, like 100 and something yards of offense in this game?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Jeez.
I mean, Miami just steamrolled them 41-7. Carson Beck with 291 passing yards. That another game in the ACC, a lot like the Notre Dame and Pittsburgh game. That game was over from the word go. There was really no competition in that game at all. Now,
oh boy. Can I just say, you've never called me during a game stream.
I know.
You did in this one, and that tells me how bad this was.
Yeah, I was streaming at the same time you were, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, certainly Rec Talk has a better idea about what the fuck is going on here than I do, because to me, it just didn't make any sense at all. I mean, Boston College is a terrible football team.
You know who their only wins against?
I'm trying to remember now. Who?
Fordham.
Fordham?
Win.
I'm pretty sure it's called Fordham.
Fordham. Well, fuck them. It's Fordham in my book. And
boy,
either way, I didn't know that I didn't even know they had a football team.
I didn't either.
The announcer during this game said this quarterback could smoke a Marlboro. Marlboro got free advertising because our defense was so bad.
Boston College might be the worst team in all of the Power Four. I think they're worse than Florida State. They're worse than Stanford. What are the other bad teams in the other conferences that are like on that level?
I mean, UNC's pretty bad.
Well, that's another ACC team, yeah.
They're not Boston College bad. I mean,
right.
I don't pay enough attention to other conferences.
I mean, South Carolina would probably beat Boston College by 5 touchdowns. I'm not even joking. I'm not making a joke.
They'd be a 10-point favorite at a minimum.
Yeah.
If they played today.
So tell me what happened. Again, a lot like the week before. You're on a bye week before that, but the game before, Haynes King just went off, had a huge day, lost with Georgia Tech's first loss of the year. He goes off, has a huge day against Boston College again, and you win by 2 points.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You just played a worse team. The other thing is we had a bye going into this week. So you absolutely shit down your own pant leg the week before against NC State. You have a full bye week to get ready. And then you do this. I think Boston College had 5. Here's the stat for you. In the past 2 games, Georgia Tech's given up 1,120 yards of offense and 82 points to 2 not very good teams, 1 dog shit team and 1 bad team. So I don't know. Like when you called me during the stream, you're like, what's going on? I was like, we suck.
I don't know what else to say. It's we've been saying all year, at least I have been, about Georgia Tech is we see this every year with 1 or 2 teams around the country. They can be a really good team, which I do think Georgia Tech is, and they play to the level of their competition every week.
Well, now this defensive issue, I've been arguing with my own fan base over this. Before the NC State game, I'm like, look, guys, we got some major defensive problems. You look back at that Duke game, we lose that game if Duke doesn't absolutely lose their shit on offense. 95-yard scoop and score. So they fumble inside their own 5 twice. They fuck up a field goal twice. They can't score in the red zone. All that masked Georgia Tech's defensive issues, along with having a pretty soft schedule. You played really well against Virginia Tech and Syracuse, but they're bad. And so, In fact, someone demanded an apology from me for being critical of the defense.
What?
Now we're here. Yeah.
You gave up 34 points to Duke. I mean, to Boston College, worse than Duke.
No, this was before NC State, because I was like, I saw this coming. I was like, I just don't think our defense is that great. And this guy said, I demand you apologize to me after the Duke game. I'm like, just because you're winning doesn't mean your defense is not problematic. Look at Lincoln Riley. He's won a good number of games, and his defense always sucks. So I don't know. What is the fix for this? The portal? I don't know what you're going to do this year about it.
I don't know. But that defense is a liability, and it's going to be a liability going into. I mean, if Georgia Tech ends up being one of the two teams that goes to Charlotte, let's say it ends up being Georgia Tech and Virginia, which is what it looks like right now, most likely. This will be one of the best offenses you played all year. This is a perfect segue into this next game. Virginia at Duke. Virginia, throughout the week, they were an underdog at Duke, and it didn't really make any sense. Virginia was ranked. Duke wasn't. But the reason is because Chandler Morris, their quarterback, had, he was knocked out of the game before, and there was a question mark about whether or not he would play in this game. And come Friday, they announced that he was playing, and at that time, I went and put $100 on Virginia as an underdog. And of course, I won. This game again. 34-17, and this game was never really in question for Virginia. Virginia dominated them on both sides of the ball. Chandler Morris had a big day, 316 yards. And I think Virginia is a dangerous team in the ACC. I'm not saying they're going to win a national title. I'm not saying they're going to win a playoff game. But they could very well win the ACC this year. And they should be the favorite to do it.
They're I'm not saying they're a complete team, but in reference to ACC teams, they are one of the most, if not the most complete team. Like Virginia doesn't beat themselves. They don't really turn the ball over much. Like they don't, from what I've watched this year, like they don't have these gut-wrenching penalties that kill drives for them. They usually let the other team do that. And what are they averaging on offense right now? They got to be averaging like 35, 38 points a game.
Yeah, like you said, they don't make a lot of mistakes. Chandler Morris has been quietly one of the better quarterbacks in the ACC all year. They have a really balanced attack offensively between the run and the pass. And so for all those reasons, and also they make a lot of opportunity over turnovers and things. Like, well, I can just speak for Clemson, for example. Clemson will get a turnover like in the red zone, right? So they'll get the ball like on the 19-yard line. The defense gets an interception or a fumble recovery or whatever, and then Clemson just can't score out of that. Virginia, on the other hand, when their defense gives them opportunities, the offense capitalizes on it. And so they play complementary football on both sides of the ball. Are they perfect? Are they great? No, but that's a scrappy team. And if you're Georgia Tech and you're looking to Charlotte, that's a team I would not want to play for the championship game.
No, I'd rather play SMU.
Yeah.
Looking at who's a contender. I guess that'd be the only other one. It'd be Virginia or SMU because Georgia Tech plays Pitt. They're the only one-loss team left.
So, I mean, Virginia Tech still has, we'll see who they play this week, but they got Virginia Tech at the end of the year, which is coaching with a lame duck coach. Obviously, they got James Franklin coming in there. Virginia does have a history, even when they have better teams, of losing to Virginia Tech for some reason. So that'll be interesting. But in my estimation, unless there's a total collapse somehow in the next 2 weeks, I think Virginia will win out and maintain first place in the ACC going into the championship game.
So a few things. One, why is everyone trying to out-retard themselves in your chat? And two, what is with your sponsored headlines?
What's my sponsored headlines?
Some lady putting some droplet under her tongue, some sad-looking old lady, and then a flight.
Anti-lazy drops.
Oh,
sold in 50 states now. That's self-explanatory. Scientists shock the true cause of dementia. And seniors born between 1945 and 1975 can fly business class for free, I guess.
It's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
So Bill Belichick don't have to pay to fly? Now, was he born before?
Look, at least it's not dick pills you're looking at here.
We should do a show where we try those. Like, we'll try them and then we'll report back as like which one of those gas station pills worked the best.
That's an off-season special. Yeah, we'll see what works better. Blue Chew. What's the other ones? Blue Chew is one of them. I know because that's what we call Bill Belichick, the Blue Chew Bill.
Blue Chew's legit, I think. Actually, I'm talking about those.
What's the other ones? I always see the one that's like a red pill. That's always all over.
Raptor or whatever.
I don't know.
Like.
It's like
long or something.
The one I see on Twitter all the time, it's like dissolve it underneath your tongue and you'll be hard for 36 hours. I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
If I was hard for 36 hours, I'd call a doctor.
Yeah, was it priapism? Like it's a condition.
I don't know.
They have to put a shunt in your penis to drain blood when that happens.
Oh yeah, I don't need those problems.
Anyways, I've made this the midday show. It was my plan all along.
Yes. Last game of last week, Virginia Tech at Florida State. Florida State goes out there and absolutely dominates Virginia Tech. I wasn't surprised about this, honestly. I mean, I know Florida State is terrible, and I know that they've had a disappointing season. But Florida State is infinitely more talented and better team than Virginia Tech, despite how bad they've looked this year. So I wasn't really surprised about this.
Virginia Tech doesn't care though. They hired James Franklin. They're like, we don't care.
Yeah.
And then Florida State is like on the other end, like we beat them and don't care because we wish we fired our coach.
Yeah. While we're on the subject, how do you feel about the Virginia Tech and James Franklin, that hire?
If I was a Virginia Tech fan, I'd be ecstatic right now.
I can't imagine that a better hire for them.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see what the contract details are, but I mean, yeah, he like if I was power ranking coaches, I'd already have him near the top of the ACC, if not at the top.
The real question is, and look, it's still early. We still have to see what Penn State does. But how dumb do they look right now?
Yeah,
it doesn't look good.
They're talking about like Brent Key and stuff. And you just fired James Franklin. And like, I'm not shitting on my own coach, but if you fire James Franklin and you're talking about, oh man, there's a lot of smoke about Brent Key, you fucked up somewhere, like as a program.
Yeah.
He just struggled to beat Boston College.
I mean, and also imagine if James Franklin goes on to make Virginia Tech relevant, turn them into a playoff team, possibly a conference champion, and Penn State is meddling around at 6 or 7 wins in the Big Ten with who the head coach is. Like, that's very possible. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen because we have no idea who Penn State's going to hire or what's going to happen there, but that is a very real possibility. I mean, the ACC is volatile, especially right now.
What's right for the picking?
It's right for the picking. Yeah, the ACC is volatile right now, especially with with Clemson meddling around, who's been atop the ACC for the past 10 years or more, for most years. And so everybody else is, and with NIL and the transfer portal and the whole thing, a lot of these other teams have risen. Georgia Tech's one of them, and a bunch of other teams too. So right now, the ACC, Virginia Tech is actually a very good job outside of what's going on. But I think somebody like James Franklin, and by the way, this is a very similar recruiting ground than what he was recruiting when he was in Pennsylvania. So he's already got all the contacts. He's going to have the money. Apparently, again, this is just what I hear. Virginia Tech is promising James Franklin they're going to dump something like $250 million into the program as far as paying players and coaches and facilities, the whole deal. So they're trying to catch up with everybody else that's already doing that kind of thing. And so I just think it's like the perfect time and the perfect place for a guy like James Franklin to come in and really shake up the conference.
Yeah, I'm going to be rooting for him. Like, I hope he wins a national title at Virginia Tech. I would love that. And it's also, well, funny's not the right word, but as bad as them firing James Franklin is, it's not near the worst thing Penn State's done.
I would put that slightly below diddling little boys in the shower. Yeah, at least a little bit. That's probably worse. And covering it up.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Anyway. Oh boy, Penn State, boy.
It's not great. We can say that.
It's not great. All right, coming up this week, though, we got another Friday night special, the Toilet Bowl. This game does not mean anything either nationally or inside of the ACC because both these teams have shit all over themselves since week 1, or, well, in Florida State's case, since week 4, but NC State since week 1. Florida State at NC State. Is this the standalone game on Friday? There might be some other conference games too, but as bad as this game is going to be, and as much as it doesn't matter, I hate Florida State the most in the ACC as a team, and I hate Dave Dorn the most in the ACC as a head coach. So I can't lose. No matter who wins or loses this game, it's going to be fun for me to watch one of these teams get humiliated. The question is, which team is it going to be? I think you know where I'm going with this. Dave Dorn's got 1 foot out the door. Now, he's had 1 toenail and even a couple of other toes out the door for years now. But for some reason, NC State doesn't give 2 shits about their football program, so they keep this guy around. Instead of doing what Virginia Tech did and firing somebody and trying to take advantage of somebody like James Franklin to bring them in there, they just keep this guy around and pay him $6 million a year to average 7 wins a year. That's what they do. So I don't think that they take football seriously. I can't stand Dave Dorn. As bad as Florida State is, I do think they at least do care about football, unlike NC State. And I think Florida State goes in there and puts an absolute whipping on them. As a matter of fact, Florida State's favored by 5 on the road. I think Florida State wins this by 2 touchdowns or more. What do you think about that?
I don't agree with it. I think NC State's going to win this game.
Oh my! For what reason?
Because I don't know what to think about Florida State. Like, yeah, they beat up on Wake, and yeah, they beat up on Virginia Tech. NC State, I think, well, I don't know that NC State's better than Wake. A Friday night road game could be tricky for Mike Norvell because he doesn't know what he's doing.
That's a good point. That's a fair point.
The game's all wrong for Florida State. NC State just got embarrassed. Dave Dorn's talking about birthdays and press conferences. He's going to have them ready. He don't want to talk about birthdays no more.
While we're talking about Dave Dorn, can I take one last opportunity to shit all over him real quick before we move on? Dave Dorn's been there since 2010, I think, so 15 years. You know when you see pictures of presidents like Obama and Bush and whoever else, when they go into office and then they leave 8 years later and they look like 50 years older? That's what Dave Dorn looks like. As a matter of fact, I was showing my wife that clip from the press conference where he was berating the reporter for asking about the birthday or whatever, and she goes, "Who is that?" And I said, "Well, that's Dave Dorn from NC State." She goes, "Holy shit, he looks old." He looks like he's aged about 40 years and 15 years. And just like, if you're winning a lot, you don't age as much as if you're a complete and total fucking loser like Dave Dorn is. So the stress of losing at NC State has really been hard on him physically and cosmetically as well.
Why would that be stressful, though? Do you know the last time NC State won the conference?
Let's see here. It was before he got there, so pre-2010.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Carter was the president. It was 1979.
God damn, that's almost as. South Carolina won in '69, and they've been in the SEC for 30 years.
Yeah, you know who won it in '80? It was North Carolina. That's the last time they won the conference too. North Carolina's just a trash can state as far as football is concerned.
Yeah, it is. It's a shame too because it's such a beautiful state, but their football teams are just complete garbage. All right, moving on. I'm done with my Dave Dorn rants for tonight. I promise. Number 15, Miami at Virginia Tech. Now, it would be the most. No, first of all, but before I lay into Miami, I'm picking Miami to win this game. I think Virginia Tech's not a good team. And I think that Miami actually has something to play for here. There's only one of these two teams that has something to play for, and that's Miami. Miami could possibly still make the playoffs without even making the ACC championship game. All they've got to do is be one of the top 12 at the end of the year. They get Virginia Tech this week, and I believe they get Pittsburgh after you guys play them, the last game of the year. So if they win out, and I made a tweet today about this, and I do feel this way. I think that if Miami finishes the season 10-2, I think they should get in the playoffs, even if they don't make the ACC title game. Now, I'll be interested to hear what your thoughts on that are in a minute, but I think Miami's got something to play for here, and I think they go out there and just absolutely destroy Virginia Tech.
Well, their two losses are to two not great teams, SMU and Louisville, right?
They got to win over Notre Dame, though.
They do have a win over Notre Dame, but that obviously doesn't matter to the playoff committee, so I don't know that they would get in. It might not even be relevant what I think. It would be the most Miami thing ever to lose this game. I think the most likely outcome is actually for Pitt to beat Tech in Atlanta and then beat Miami, or for them to lose to Tech in Atlanta and then beat Miami the week after. I think that might be likely.
Boy, spoken like a true. You have had your heart broken so much over the years by Georgia Tech to even insinuate that would happen.
Yeah, well, look, I think, we're not talking about that game right now. I say that because in, I think Mario's first year, they just had to beat Pitt at the end of the year to make a bowl. They did it. So there's something fundamentally wrong with Miami, too, as far as just they mentally break down in November when they have everything to play for. But I agree with you. I think they route.
That's
Virginia
actually
Tech.
A good point. Miami does seem to find a way to shit on themselves at the end of the year. That is actually a very fair point. Now, I don't think it's going to happen this week against Virginia Tech, but the last game of the year against Pitt could be tricky. And I think Pitt, despite what happened to them last week against Notre Dame, I still think they're a good team.
Well, Notre Dame, as much as we've shit on them just because of the playoff committee, their defense looks pretty good.
Yeah.
They just locked Louisville up in man and just said, we're more talented than you.
Yeah. Miami's favored by 18 points in this game. What do you think about that? I mean, from a betting, I know you're not. I know you don't gamble, but like, you think 8 days? That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, and there's no way I'd bet on Miami to cover a big spread in November if I was a betting man.
I am one, and I did.
Buddy, you got to talk to me about these things.
Hey, ask the
Didn't
coin.
I tell you not to bet on Tech ever? I gave you some general rules.
No, I'm talking about Miami.
I know, but I'm saying I got a good track record as far as things, at least things to stay away from.
Yeah, I took Miami minus 18. I think they're trying to make a statement to the playoff committee, and so I think they'll win this by a lot.
Yeah, you're probably right. You can get tickets for $6 if you want. You can go see it yourself.
Yeah. Problem is, it'll cost me $500 to go to Virginia Tech, so it'll cost me $506. You know.
Math checks out. Yeah.
All right, moving on here to Louisville. Oh, man, the downfall of Louisville over the past couple of weeks has just been a disaster to watch. I mean, they were sitting at the top of the ACC a couple of weeks ago, and then they go on the road. They lose to Cal, terrible loss. They get not blown out, but they lose to a bad Clemson team at home last week. I can't believe you're still ranked. But they've got to go on the road after those two losses and play SMU. By the way, nobody's really talking about SMU. I mean, we're talking more about like whether or not Miami can make the playoffs without even going to the ACC championship game. Georgia Tech, Virginia. SMU is still in the hunt. Let's not forget this.
Yes.
They're still in the hunt, alive and well, and also one of the better teams in the ACC. Another team, I just got done talking about how Miami has a lot to prove to the playoff committee. SMU is right there, too. I mean, if they were to, Louisville's still ranked. Whether anybody believes they should be ranked or not is irrelevant. They are. Well, I don't know if they'll be tonight at 8:30 or not. Probably not. But SMU's trying to make a statement here too, and try to blow out Louisville. And Miller Moss is an absolute fucking trash can. of a quarterback. Going into the Louisville and Clemson game, I had a bunch of Louisville people on the channel being like, Clemson's going to win this game. And I'm like, well, why would you think that? They're terrible. Like, Louisville's ranked. They got this win. They look good. And they go, Miller Moss is fucking terrible, Pete. And I go, well, so is Cade Klubnik. So we had a terrible off. Whose quarterback is more terrible, mine or yours? Well, it turns out theirs is more terrible, and that's hard to do. I don't know. I don't know who their backup is, but they got to have somebody else back behind center, because SMU might blow them out. They probably will.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would pick Louisville in this game if they didn't lose last week in the way that they did. What would they have, 5 personal foul?
Yeah, they were just a disaster. Personal fouls, penalties, 2 missed field goals, a missed extra point. They actually missed 3 kicks with 2 different kickers.
Yeah, and this is like, we've been kind of singing Jeff Brom's praises, but it does seem like he's lost his team a little bit now. So I tend to agree with you. They get routed by SMU on the road.
They've just been deflated. I mean, they were right in the ACC hunt 2 weeks ago, and now they're an afterthought. And so it's really hard to keep a team confident, especially going on the road against a team like SMU after 2 just heartbreaking losses against Cal and Clemson. It's, their season is effectively over. They don't really have anything to play for other than, what level bowl game they're going to play in, I guess. So yeah, I just think that I think they're deflated right now.
Yeah. I mean, losing to Cal, their quarterback's awful. I had Cal fans getting mad at me last week. Our quarterback ain't awful. He's great. Like, he's thrown like 13 touchdowns and 7 picks.
Yeah,
is that great to you? You mean?
Also, on the other hand, like, the ACC is so jacked up this year that it's almost impossible to predict. Like, the fact that SMU should blow Louisville out means that they probably won't. You know what I mean?
Well, I would like for them to lose, personally. But
well, I know. From a Georgia Tech standpoint, you're rooting for Louisville in this game, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a non-game here. Delaware at Wake Forest. There's really even no reason to talk about that at all.
Oh, God.
Did Notre Dame have, like... Look, I'm Irish, and I grew up Catholic. Maybe I'm one of the few people that is Irish and grew up Catholic that doesn't believe in luck of the Irish, or luck at all, really. I still believe in luck. But did Notre Dame get the luckiest draw of the ACC teams this year?
So who have they played?
Yeah, nobody.
Geez, Syracuse.
I mean, Miami beat them.
Is there even a line on this game? This is a game.
There's no way there's a line on this game.
But this is the type of game that is so lopsided that you might not even set a line on. I mean, that's how uneven. Notre Dame might win this game. They could win this game by as many points as they want. They could beat them 100-0.
Yeah,
they do. I mean, how long has it been since Fran Brown showered?
I don't know. Like, it's been like 6 weeks. But how in the hell did they beat Clemson? That's what I want to know.
They had Angeli.
Yeah. All right. You know what? That's Clemson's most embarrassing loss of the year.
That might be
they lost to Syracuse.
Most embarrassing loss ever.
They lost to Syracuse, and it was in Clemson. It wasn't even in Syracuse.
Jeez, man. You let Fran Brown take a shower on your account.
Yeah, and then they haven't won a game since that game.
now you know what Tech fans feel like.
They've lost every game since they beat Clemson. That is so fucking sad, man. Dabo might actually be fired just for that alone. God almighty. Anyway, Notre Dame
in the contracts of like fireable for cause losing to Syracuse.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat says is asking, will Philo be the quarterback next year? I sure hope so. I hope so, because if I go to a game with you next year, I won't have to hear somebody yelling Philo for 30 minutes.
No, he'll be yelling Knowles.
Yeah. Who's
Knowles?
Is that who the third guy is? Knowles?
It could be. Yeah, Graham Knowles is the third string currently.
Knowles. They're in zone coverage.
They're playing with 11 out there, bastards.
That was the best part. The guy kept yelling for 20 minutes that they're in zone coverage. I mean, I look over at Rec and Rec's like, they're playing press man. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah, like a single safety over the top. There's like an atom of space between the defender and wide receiver.
Knowles!
Okay. I've yet to walk over there and try and find out. I need to find him.
Yeah, we missed an opportunity. We should have fucked with that guy at the time.
Just start yelling random names at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Martinez!
Hey!
Martinez! Just start yelling foreign names, you know.
Oh, man.
All right. This is the, you know how Jackpot has the Turd of the Week game?
Yeah, this is the cripple fight.
This is the cripple fight. Duke at North Carolina. And by the way, I know it's basketball season and everything, and things are kicking off with college basketball, but this isn't a basketball game. This is unfortunately a football game. And Duke at North Carolina on the ACC network at 3:30. The only people around the nation that will be watching this football game live in the state of North Carolina. That's it.
This is...
And most of them won't
Slim's in
watch.
the back.
Go ahead.
Slim's in the back, but this is the you've been a wonderful audience versus Tima. That's what we got here.
Yeah, this is bad.
I would say Duke by 100, but they lost to UConn. So UConn's a team that could probably beat North Carolina too. I don't know. The line has to favor Duke here, I would think.
Duke is -7. Yes.
Yeah. I'd say give me Duke. I mean, as bad as Duke has looked lately, I mean, North Carolina, who have they've beat Syracuse, and who else have they beat? Boston College, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the two worst teams two teams that aren't going to make a bowl is who they beat.
North Carolina doesn't have a quarterback. They tried starting an idiot left-hander. That didn't work. Now they got Gio Lopez. I mean, North Carolina loses this game.
Lopez!
Bring your left-handed.
Duke has at least showed signs of life against competent competition.
Yeah, well, they beat Clemson. Again, Clemson has lost to both Duke and Syracuse.
But you didn't lose to North Carolina.
No, we actually blew them out. But that's not hard to do. I love Duke.
Give me Duke.
I picked this as one of my picks. So this was my alternate pick last night on the Lunch Money Show. Duke's gonna blow North Carolina out. I mean,
and I know I wasn't here for it, but you're welcome for some more pain and suffering for Dave Darn.
yes.
Oh, yeah, you did Pete right with that one.
Miami did do Pete right for a change.
I don't know. Maybe Dave Dorn will be the offensive coordinator for North Carolina next year.
Uh-oh.
Is he an offensive guy? I don't know that much about him.
Yeah, he is. He might be looking for a job. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean Duke. But Duke has folded in on themselves in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, they started the season out strong and they've just collapsed all over themselves. Now North Carolina collapsed from week 1, so I mean they've been a disaster the whole year. But Duke, I don't know what happened to them.
Bill Belichick's the second highest paid coach in the conference.
I know it's crazy. $10 million a year.
My God. I'm excited about the next matchup, though.
All right, moving on to the next one. This is going to be one of the biggest games of the week. I mean, very exciting. It's on the CW network, otherwise known as the Cartoon Network. Furman at Clemson with a starting time that is as baffling as Clemson's football team has been this year. 4:30 in the afternoon.
Furman has a special place in my heart.
They do?
Every summer for football camp, we would go to Furman. And Bobby Lamb was the coach at the time. And he'd give the same speech about, now look, I know they have a tennis camp here. They lots of short skirts. Can't do it. I like to look too. So he basically admitted to looking at high school girls' short skirts. But yeah, Furman, I'm down with Furman.
So Dabo said in his press conference today that he's looking forward to playing Chris Denson. Do you know who that is?
Is that the coach for Furman?
No, playing. He's a player for Clemson. Chris Denson.
I've never heard of him.
He's a true freshman quarterback that hasn't seen a single snap all year. But I'm sitting there going, you're looking forward to playing. The only reason Chris Denson would even be in the game is if you're winning by 45 points. And I can't remember the last time Clemson was beating somebody by 45 points.
Wait.
No.
So, is it Vizima?
Yeah, Vizina's the backup.
He's not hurt.
No.
That's initially what I thought when you said that. So he's just assuming you're going to.
He's assuming that it's going to be over at halftime and he can play 110 players. Everybody, all of his kids, all of his coaches' kids, and Chris Denson.
Man,
now
I'm kind of pulling for Furman here. Then, to be honest.
Furman, let me look.
Oh, that's dirty.
Clemson might win this game by 50, honestly, but Furman, in the process of losing by 50, might run for 300 yards.
Oof.
That's how bad their run defense is.
I want to say it was an 08. Furman about beat Pitt. I think you're bitten off more than you can chew.
It would be like the most Clemson thing ever for them to lose this fucking game this year. I mean, this year things are kind of going that way.
Let me see what their last. Have they ever beat a D1 school?
I think so. Yeah, I think they have.
Let me see. What's Furman footballs?
Oh, I'm sorry. Denson has one snap this year. That was probably in a trash can. Oh no, I remember what it was. Yeah, they brought in Denson. I forget which game it was now. And he just ran the ball for a yard. Like it was a design quarterback draw. He ran the ball for like 1 yard. That's what it was.
Of course, there was a design quarterback draw.
Yeah, they brought him in. He ran the ball for a yard, and they took him out. And that was the last time you saw him. And by the way, I'm not shitting on Chris. I mean, for all I know, he's going to be a great quarterback. I mean, he's really athletic. He's a true freshman, the whole thing. And he hasn't played, so I have no idea. I mean, he might be the best thing since Deshaun Watson, as far as I know. But just Dabo saying he's going to play in this game is, I'm like, hold on now. That you're assuming that you're going to blow Furman out to even say that.
And you know what happens when you assume. He makes an ass out of himself and Peete.
Yeah, well, I do. I make an ass out of myself anyway. I don't need Dabo's help. But
yeah, they haven't even played a Power 4 team this year. They've lost to Mercer, Chattanooga, Presbyterian.
Yeah, they're not good this year. I mean, they're not even good by Furman standards. They're bad.
Yeah, they're 6-5.
Furman standards are pretty low.
Yeah. The head coach of the high school that I went to, the head coach of the football team that I went to high school at, he was a Furman star quarterback when he played.
Was it Ingram Martin?
No. He's dead now, actually. He was also, I was on the golf team, and he was also the coach of the golf team, because the head coach of the football team, like, that's a fall sport, right? So he got first pick of spring sports to coach, and he didn't care about anything but football. So any of the other spring sports, he just didn't care about. So he's like, what can I coach that will take the least amount of my time so I could sit in my office and watch film during the off season? And that was the golf team. He didn't even know. He didn't play golf. He would show. He would show up to golf practice like two times, maybe a month, and he would just come and be like, "Y'all good?" And we'd be like, "Yeah." And be like, "All right." And he'd get his car and drive away. He didn't give a shit about golf.
Oh, talk is Pitt. I was right. Yeah, in 2004, Furman took Pitt to overtime and lost 41-38. I knew I remembered that. There's some history.
The big brain on Rick.
Yeah, John Bagwell was his name. Yeah, look up John Bagwell and see what you find on the internet about. Well, not as far as his coaching career in high school, but his Furman career.
Let's see. John Bagwell.
Mm-hmm. He was a character. Actually, they after he died, they named the stadium after him. So my former high school is John Bagwell Stadium now.
Yeah, $1 million gift to Furman football honors John Bagwell.
Yeah.
It was an anonymous gift.
Yeah.
Is this him? He looks like he's ready to fuck somebody up.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Let me see what you say. Is this him? Let me see what you're looking at. I'll tell you if it's him.
How do I share this with you?
Just put it on your screen, and I can get it off of StreamYard.
Well, I can't just put it on my screen.
Why not?
Because it's just my camera.
Okay.
You're supposed to know how to do these things.
Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on, I can. I actually, you know what? I forgot that I'm awesome. I can pan my camera all the way around, probably.
Yeah, let me see this masterpiece here. Oops, I took him off stage. That's what I'm doing.
Goober.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. It's not going to focus right.
Yeah,
Anyways.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Focus.
Oh. Anyway. John
it off.
Bagwell, a legend in, well, he played for Somerville High School, which is obviously where I live in Somerville, the home of A.J. Green for all you Georgia fans out there. And then he went on to Furman, was a star quarterback there, and then he came to coach high school football and the golf team. I told a story. One day he was supposed to pick us up because he had to drive us to away golf matches, right? And so we had one that was in Beaufort, which is like an hour away from here. And the night before, where am I at here? The night before, he's like, everybody meet us here. Like, yeah, meet me here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. so I can drive you with the school van and whatnot to the match. Well, we all show up, 7 a.m. No John Bagwell, right? And we knew he was he didn't care about golf. Now, he happened to, we knew where he lived. He lived in a house with the other coaches at the high school. Like, he lived with the baseball coach and the soccer coach and the track coach. Like, they were all bachelors, and they were all like 30 years old.
That's a party pad.
They were all like 30 years old. They were all single, and they all lived in this house together. So I got mad, and I said, we all jumped in my car, and I said, I'm going to go find this motherfucker, right? So we drive to his house. It's like 7:45 in the morning on a Saturday. I ring the doorbell. Coach Harris, who was the baseball coach, answers the door in his tidy whities. And the door's wide open. I look inside there, dude, in the living room. There's like half-naked women passed out. There's beer bottles everywhere, liquor bottles spilled over, people sleeping on the floor. And I go, hey. And he's like, what's up? And I was like, where's Bagwell at? He goes like, what do you mean, where's Bagwell at? I said, he's supposed to be taking us to a golf match in Beaufort this morning, and he's late. And he goes, oh, yeah, he's not going to make it.
What'd you do? Drive yourself?
Yeah, we drove ourselves. Yeah. He goes, oh, yeah, he's not going to make it.
Was he a slob, you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he ended up killing himself he drove head on into to an oak tree, drinking and driving.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
Yeah. No, it was like a couple years after what I was just saying happened. Yeah, died. Oh. Anyway, where were we at with football again?
We're gonna be on Pitt.
I don't know, but I just got an interesting text message that reportedly the University of Virginia and North Carolina State University are going to play a historic matchup in Brazil.
Why?
What?
Fuck if I know why.
That's weird.
That is weird. Like, I don't think people in Brazil honestly give two fucks about college football.
No, they don't. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now.
It's soccer. That's what they care about.
Yeah. They just saw football and they're like, oh, yeah, American football game, we'll have that here. And they go, no. Not that kind of football. And they go, oh.
Well, and then you're going to send UVA and NC State as your ambassadors for college football. Like, no shade at UVA. I think they're having a good season. But as of right now, it's an anomaly.
Yeah.
I can just imagine Dave Dorn over there, and they're like, hey, you want this? Hey, I do this for a living, lady. Leave me alone.
Is he going to find some autistic kid in Brazil to belittle and berate while he's there?
If they got any, I'm sure he'll locate them.
I agree with Smoking Dog. I think we all agree on this. That seems to be the only thing that no matter which conference or team you root for or whatever, everybody agrees that college football games should be played on college campuses. Like, that's the only thing in football that everybody agrees on, I think.
Yeah, this is NFL bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody agrees on that, because I don't have a problem with Miami playing in Dolphin Stadium.
No.
Y'all.
Well, you claim that as your stadium, so that's fine. But this European shit, first, I don't even go to Europe.
Well, like, my thing with it is, like, nobody made this argument when Miami played in the Orange Bowl, and breaking news, that wasn't on the fucking campus either.
Pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
They really didn't.
Pretty sure they did. Fuck the Orange Bowl, dude.
So we've been prolonging this long enough. We just talked about Furman for an hour for no reason. The game that really matters, though,
For all the marbles.
for all of the marbles, how many more marbles does Georgia Tech have left? I don't know.
None on
Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech. This is a ranked matchup. Well, actually, it won't probably be after this week. Pittsburgh will probably not be ranked anymore, but it was last week. Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech. What say you, Rec Talk?
This is another. I don't know how to call this. I mean, look, you got to be honest about your own team. Georgia Tech. I'm even the title of my post game video was like worst Power 4 defense in the country, and they've played like they're the worst Power 4 defense in the country. However, what is our winning streak at home now? 10, 11 games, going on 2 years since we've taken an L at Bobby Dodd. It's going to be a night game. It's going to be sold out. So they'll have the home crowd. And the most important thing, Pete, ACC huddle is going to be there. Tech's 9-0 with ACC huddle. We're going to rout them.
That is true. The ACC huddle was there the day that I went and watched Clemson get their ass whipped by Georgia Tech. That is true. Actually, out of all of the games in the ACC this week, this is by far the most interesting one. I don't really think it's debatable.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll also be Haynes King's last game on the flats,
yes. Oh, yeah.
and I will be there.
Well, that alone.
He's nowhere near his 9th year of eligibility. He can play way more college football.
You just told me everything I needed. I'm streaming that game. But you're going to be at the game, so you won't be streaming it. And Sea-Dog's got a kid, so he probably won't be streaming it. So I'm streaming that. It's the only game that really matters. And they all matter, I guess. But
big.
it's the biggest game.
They clinch.
Yeah. So you just made my mind up for me. I'm streaming the 7 o'clock primetime games on Saturday.
I don't think that's the only game. Like, every game Miami has still matters.
Well, yeah, you got to win
I
out.
resent that remark.
No, I mean Well, first you must have missed the first half of the show.
I did. When I got on here, I had just got.
Yeah, we talked. I talked extensively about Miami, so I agree with you. And by the way, I defended Miami, and said I think that despite whether or not they make the ACC championship game or not, if they win out, they should be in the playoffs, bar none. So I defended Miami.
I agree. And not just as a Miami fan. I mean, I think their resume speaks for itself. I mean, you can make the argument, because some people believe in such thing as good losses when it comes to Notre Dame. I don't think there's any such thing as a good loss.
Yeah.
And I've stood on that for a long time.
The problem is, depending on who your team is, losses have different weights attached to them.
They do.
This is an interesting game, though. I mean, I think because of what happened to Pittsburgh last week against Notre Dame, that it's just kind of like people are kind of written them off, and I think that's a huge mistake. I do not think that Pittsburgh is going to lay down and just get ran over by Georgia Tech. This game,
Oh, God, no.
no, this game should be.
No, Georgia Tech makes
close.
Wake Forest look like a contender.
Yeah.
They keep winning despite Slim.
Yeah.
Look, if I take my homer hat off and I had to bet, I would take Pitt. Tech's a 2.5-point favorite in this game. Tech should not be a favorite in this game based on how they played the past 2 weeks. Now, look, Tech's put up a lot of offense. I think Tech has a good offense. I just don't think Tech can win a shootout with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree. This is dangerous. This is a, well, as you put it, for all the marbles.
I mean, normally I would root for Pitt in this game anyway, just to fuck with Sea-Dog. But he's not here. And actually, to the point he just made about Miami potentially making the playoffs, that could give Miami another ranked win if Pitt wins.
Yeah,
Miami
actually,
plays Pitt in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, if you're Miami, you want Pitt to win this game, no doubt.
Yeah. Like just not just to screw with Rec or Georgia Tech fans in general, because I know I'm known for that, but like I think it would just benefit Miami for Pitt to win this game.
Yeah,
It
would. So I'm looking forward to this one here. I don't know that I'd bet on this one though.
No,
I don't think I
wouldn't
would.
touch this with a 50-foot pole.
No.
I've given you my general rule. You never bet on Georgia Tech.
I know. Now, I might live bet on it depending on how the game's going.
That's a possibility.
But I'm not going to bet before the game.
All right, this is the rule that I'm giving you. If Tech gets 2 or more defensive stops in the first half, you're allowed to live bet it.
Well, I'm allowed to live bet anything because it's my money.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but now you have Rick's permission, so.
Okay. I don't know. I do better on live bets than I do on regular bets. Like, I have a pretty good feel most of the time about the flow of the game, and it really, it's not even that, it's not much of a secret or like some sort of secret sauce, but especially if a team gets down big early, you live bet them to cover in the end. That's usually the formula there.
Well, I think if Pitt were to get up big in the first half, then yeah, live bet Pitt whatever they're offering you.
No, I mean if Pittsburgh got up big, I would live bet Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech will probably be favored. I mean, underdog by 16 points or whatever, and I think they'll come back and at least cover and maybe not win, and vice versa. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's Rick's point though. Like, he thinks the exact opposite. He doesn't think that Georgia Tech is built to come back at all.
They don't look like they are. I mean, they gave 543 yards at Boston College.
Yeah.
I mean, I will give you a little grace on that just because of Bill O'Brien, but only just a little.
I don't. I mean, I'm traumatized.
It is traumatizing.
Out over that.
That was traumatizing. There's no doubt about it. And when you add and look, and I know Wake Forest is not terrible, but you've now had 2 traumatizing wins. The win against Wake Forest was traumatizing, and so was the one against Boston College.
Yeah. Is this year's Georgia Tech 2017 Miami? Like when every game gave us a heart attack.
Our defense is worse than your 2017.
Well, no, 2017, our defense was fucking elite. It was the offense that was terrible. So we were like the mirror image.
Let's not forget, I'm remiss if I don't say this, Pittsburgh is still in the running to win the ACC. So there's not just playoff implications here, but there's also conference implications. And
there is.
Pat Narduzzi has told us that he doesn't care about anything but winning the ACC. So he's got all the marbles. He's got all the. Yeah, he wants to win this game just as bad as Brent Key does.
I think we need to cheat.
How would you go about doing that?
Yeah.
How would you cheat?
Well, since we're a technology school, I would just get the feed into the coach's headset.
That's a great idea.
Somebody in the stands will point a laser pointer right at Pitt's quarterback's eyes.
I can see that. I don't know. Man. It's a solar flare, some weird anomaly.
Yeah. I did miss a super chat from Joel. Appreciate you, buddy. He says, it's actually crazy that Dave Doran would leave NC State because he cares more about winning than NC State does. I don't agree with you.
If he cares about winning so much, why doesn't he win?
Right, exactly. I mean, it's not like he hasn't been given a chance. We always talk about these teams firing coaches too soon. Man, you didn't even give him a chance. You only gave him 3 years. I mean, you give him 5 years to see what he can do. Hell, he's been there 15 years. I mean, at some point, he's got to be the problem.
Dude, the kids he's recruiting don't remember him being hired.
No.
That's how long he's been at NC
No, they were in diapers.
Yeah, they're like 3 years old.
Well, yeah, 3-year-olds in diapers.
I loved how during the broadcast, like they were trying to come up with some storyline, and he's got a quarterback from Miami, so that was the storyline they ran with, and then they get shut out for literally all but 2 minutes of that game.
I've never seen so many. And by the way, to credit to NC State fans, they've been ready to get rid of this guy for a while.
Where are NC State fans?
Well, most of them.
We had one that used to come around here, and I told him that he was such a disappointment that I ought to kick his daddy in the nuts so hard that he can never foul the earth with another little shit like him.
Well,
and that was about the last we saw of him.
Well, I mean, for obvious reasons, I think you understand why NC State fans don't hang around my channel.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it could turn into some great material, especially if one of them's smart enough to get over on you. But
I know, but they're not. And also, by the way, I've been clear that my hate for NC State is not so much hate for NC State; it's for their head coach.
yeah, like if Dave Dorn's gone tomorrow, he will not pick NC State to go 0-12.
No.
What if South Carolina fired Shane Beamer and hired Dave Doran?
There will be a party at my house, and you're all invited. You're all invited.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That would be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least 15 wins for Clemson right there, because he's terrible.
Well, and it's
Because
content
they'll give him
for
15
days
years.
for Pete.
Yeah, right?
I might actually jizz in my pants if that happened.
So are you trying to get me hard right now?
Yeah.
Now, I haven't been able to confirm it. Is it true that Virginia Tech hired James Franklin?
It is true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw something about it, but I didn't know if it was true.
That's what
Yeah.
you choose to be skeptical of all the
Well, no,
things reported
it wasn't choosing to be skeptical. I've been working so damn much, I haven't been able to keep up with anything.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Pete Thamel, I think, first reported.
Yeah, I think it's a real, it's really happening. Now, as far as I know, they haven't released the details of his contract, which I'm interested to see, because in the day of, coaches getting fired after 2 and 3 years with these crazy payouts, buyouts, like I'm wondering how much they're going to pay him.
I don't know, but Touchdown Tim gave me some more gold on how fucking stupid he is.
So you got owned again.
Oh no, not this was so stupid I couldn't even comment on it. Like, 'cause I have a rule. Like, there's a certain level of stupid where I just have to let it go because you can't even make fun of it.
What do you say?
Dude, I don't know if he actually believes it, but implied that James Franklin will coach the Miami Virginia Tech game.
I don't even think I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I don't
Dude.
think he's allowed to do that either.
He's a reporter. He's a sports writer. Why would he say
Yeah.
that if he didn't have
First of
some,
all, Slim,
crap?
your first mistake is even taking anything that Touchdown Tim says seriously.
Well, hence my precursor to all that it was so stupid that I couldn't even comment on
Yeah.
it.
He's got, he'll have, he's a good,
Makes sense.
he's a good follow on Twitter. One tweet is about football, and the next thing is about how he's cranking his hog to some girl's boobs. A picture, of her boobs on Twitter.
As he types.
Yeah.
Speaking on a way other angle, because we've already gone off the rails here. Did you guys see this Florida account talking about Lane Kiffin?
What about it?
And so I guess this guy doesn't. I'll try, well, I don't want to try and find it again, but I guess this guy did not realize, who's a Florida fan, you can see people's replies,
Yeah.
and you can put pornography on X, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He's replying to pornography, like, oh yes, to like gay old man stuff.
Oh.
That's amazing.
So people he's talking about Lane Kiffin. People are like, bro, why?
He's probably old too then, because old people don't know how, Twitter works or whatever. So they don't realize that everybody can see everything they're doing on there.
Let me comment on my fetishes with my public social media accounts.
Oh, good God.
Florida took a big L with him this yesterday.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, well, there it is. Well, I mean, unless y'all want to talk about Cal and Stanford, I don't really know. Is there anything to talk about there? I mean, is Andrew Luck coaching this guy? Who's By the way, Andrew Luck
found some eligibility. He's playing quarterback.
Andrew Luck is the GM of Stanford, and he's going to get that thing turned around. I believe in him. But when's the last time you guys watched a Stanford game this year?
When Miami played Stanford.
What week was that? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
So Andrew Luck originally, in the first few games, like they would show him during the game, like up in the press box, off the field, and he'd be up there, talking to hobnobbing and doing whatever, talking to somebody. They lost like 4 or 5 games, and then now Andrew Luck is on the fucking sideline. He's like Ed Reed, basically, but he actually has power. And he's yelling at the coaches. He's talking to the player. He wants to coach this football team, is what I'm trying to say. So let's just skip the bullshit, and why doesn't Andrew Luck just hire himself? He's the GM. Imagine if Andrew Luck held a press conference at the end of the season, was like, yes, after a long and hard coaching search here at Stanford, I have decided as the general manager of the team to hire myself as the head coach of the Cardinals moving forward. I think that's what he wants to do. It's clear he's on the field coaching anyway.
Yeah, well, and if that be the case, I hope he does, because then it won't be a troll when I pick Stanford to go 0-12.
I don't know. How do you know that Andrew Luck won't be the best coach that Stanford's had in a long time? You don't know.
So he holds the press conference like, guys, I found the perfect candidate to coach us.
Yeah. And then he's like, put your hands together then he stands up and walks out and changes hats and walks back in and gives himself a standing ovation. Yeah. That'd be the best like introductory press conference for a head coach ever, if he had just hired himself.
He'll say, okay, I'll turn the press conference over to myself.
And I get your point, Pete, but what makes you think that Andrew Luck can coach worth the fuck?
I don't know. He's doing it right now. That's my point.
Okay, and he's doing it right now, and they're terrible.
He ought to give himself a raise.
They beat Florida State.
Yeah, they beat Florida State. What do you say about that?
So did Clemson.
You think that was an accident?
It's not just
so did Clemson.
Beats Florida State.
I mean, if I were Andrew Luck, I'd hire myself.
But Alabama beats Florida State pretty much.
I would if I'm Andrew Luck, I'm hiring myself as head coach and giving myself a massive contract and buyout.
I would make myself the highest paid coach in college football, David.
I'm paying myself $15 million a year for the next 15 years. With a buyout of $150 million. Thank you.
Yeah, my buyout's $150 million. Then I can negotiate my buyout with myself.
Yeah.
If this goes bad.
No, but seriously, he has been on the sideline like coaching. It's I think it's funny. It's like, man, they're that bad that he feels the need as the GM to go down there and start yelling at people.
What if he had to fire himself?
Oh,
hey,
damn.
If my buyout was $150 million, I'd fire myself too.
Yeah, I'd do it in a week, all in a week span.
Yeah, well, didn't they do? Who was the NFL coach recently that was both the head coach? Oh, it was Bill Belichick, wasn't it? Wasn't he the GM and the head coach?
Belichick and Bill O'Brien were both head coach and the GM.
Boy, that's a hell of a job there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I'm the king. Nobody can tell me what to do except for the owner. That's it.
Yeah, and both owners told them get the fuck out.
Yeah, well, after they ran it into the ground. So, all right. I guess that's going to wrap it up, fellas.
Well, shit. Sorry I missed most of it. I was trying.
Yeah, I got you. But a special thank you. Well, thank you for coming in too, Slim. But a special thank you to Rec Talk for filling in. And shout out to Sea Dog and baby Sea Dog and Mrs. Sea Dog.
For sure. Also, big announcement. Sleeta will be streaming some Falcons games. So
He will be?
He finally managed. How many weeks are we into the NFL season now?
I thought he said he
10.
wasn't streaming any Falcons games because he doesn't get enough support from his viewers.
Well, no, that's my point. It took him 10 weeks to finally raise up $100.
Oh.
The funny part is that he said he wasn't streaming anymore last week. And then that lasted a week. And he's like, all right, things have changed and I will be.
Oh, he did say that?
I mean, I considered sending him $100 just to get more Sleeta content to make fun of.
And you think you're smarter than Touchdown Tim. Touchdown Tim might be dumb, but he would never do that.
Yeah, don't send $100 to Sleeta. What are you doing? Yeah, although it's your money, you can do what you want.
Like I said, I'm on it. That will give us absolutely hours of shit to talk about.
No. Nobody talks about his live streams. They talk about him bitching about not live streaming. That's the only thing entertaining over there. But, all right, Slim, I appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later. Yep, that's going to do it for me as well, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I will be live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on the second channel. If you're not subscribed to that, there's a link to it in the description here for the midday show. And then what do we got going on this week? Saturday, I will be live for the primetime games. That's mainly for the Georgia Tech and Pittsburgh game and all the other primetime games that are on in college football, starting at around 7 or 7:30, probably around 7 or so. So that's it. Yeah, have a great rest. Oh, wait, hold on now. Today's Tuesday. I'll be live tomorrow night, too, at 10 p.m. for the call-in show. So there'll be that, too. That's it. See you guys later. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.